Chair, fellow speakers and guests. Our voice has great power. To demonstrate that power, the acoustics here are very different, aren't they? To demonstrate that power, I am going to bring in the army. Who else? The army is driven by powerful voices. And those powerful voices come in the form of commands. And the most basic form of army command is the drill command. And I'm going to break down the drill command into its component parts and demonstrate to you how a simple drill command embraces all the principles of using your voice effectively. So articulation, volume, changing your pitch and your pace, and use of pause and silence. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. So drill is the foundation of army discipline. The idea is that once the discipline has been instilled on the parade square, that naturally develops out into other forms of army drill. So not only is army discipline founded on drill, the whole way the army operates in terms of unified, coordinated military manoeuvres is all founded on drill. So very important to the army. So drill, as I say, drill is the foundation of how the army operates. Clear commands are given, and the soldiers receiving those commands hear the commands, understand commands, and act upon those commands. So it's a hierarchical system that the army operates, and it's all around commands and receiving commands and good communication. And the use of voice is essential in delivering that good communication. So what is this basic drill command? So the drill command is made up of three parts. So the first part is what's called the introductory, and that's a heads up from the drill instructor about the movement that he wants the platoon or unit to take. So move to the right. So that's the first part of the drill. So the second part of the drill is the cautionary, and that's the prompt before the actual command. Just quick. The acoustics here are very different, right? So the second part of the command is, or the third part of the command is the cautionary. So we've got the introductory, move to the right, the cautionary, quick, and then finally the command itself, the executive, and march. So the three elements of the drill, and they're all important. And the soldiers are expected to instantly respond to the command, march, and perform the manoeuvre. And instantly doing that, they're all operating in a unified way. And that's enabled by the first two parts of the command. So all three parts work together. So move to the right, quick, march! And they all respond to that instantaneously. So I'm going to demonstrate how that simple drill command embodies all the principles of using your voice effectively. So let's start with volume and articulation. So we need to speak loud enough and clear enough for the audience to hear. And that's easy for me to do in this room because we're in a small room and the acoustics are really good in this room. So you can all hear me. But in an army situation, you could have a regimental sergeant major giving commands to the whole unit, 600 to 700 troops. And typically those commands are given in a large, windswept parade square. So they need to articulate the commands to make sure that every soldier hears those commands. every soldier needs to hear those commands so they can respond in a unified way. But it's not just about being heard. So words of command must be confident and resolute. So, since the way in which the command is given, it affects the reaction it inspires. And after all, so we're talking about soldiers here, they could be receiving commands to go into battle. So speaking loudly generates energy, it demonstrates authority, and it can rouse the troops. So move to the right, quick, march! So it has authority, it has energy about it. It creates a reaction from the troops. So just a couple of points to bring out in terms of public speaking here. You should normally speak a little bit louder in public speaking than you would in normal conversation, unless you speak very loudly in normal conversation, but you should normally speak louder in public speaking to make sure the message is heard by all. And you should speak louder still if you want to get their full attention and create authority in what you're saying. So that's the first point around volume and articulation. So turning now to pitch and pace. So people tend to speak at a faster pace or at a higher pitch when they are excited or nervous, and conversely, people will speak with at a lower pace and a lower pitch if they feel more in control. And obviously, a drill instructor needs to be in control. So in the main, the drill instructor will speak with a deep, deliberate voice, but a constantly slow, deep, monotone, monotonous voice can get a little bit boring after a while, and the danger of that is the soldiers receiving the command can't switch off. So the drill instructor will need to mix it up a bit, and need to vary their pitch and vary their pace. So we'll take that simple drill command example. The first two parts are very deliberate and very measured. Move to the right, quick. So this is where the drill instructor is exerting control over the troops. Listen to me, listen to what I've got to say. But the third part is snappy, it's sharp, it's fast. March! And the reason for that is the drill instructor is eager to get that message across that he wants the troops to march at that instant, and he does that by raising the pace and the pitch. So a lesson to learn there is in public speaking, speak at a lower pitch and a lower pace than you would in normal conversation. But if you want to insert some energy, drama, excitement, you can up your pitch and up your pace. So the final piece is around using silence and pause. It's a very simple message here. That command, the basic command, move to the right, quick, march. There is pauses between the three elements, and the pause can be incredibly important, incredibly effective in generating energy, excitement, anticipation in any speech. So that's the point to get across there. So the final point for me. So in conclusion, drill commands demonstrate the power of your voice. A strong, confident voice is hard to ignore. The drill instructor uses his voice to exert control over the troops. We in the Speakers Club can use our voice to infuse and energize the audience in the room. Chair.